Old, Pastrana, Johnson, Buchanan, Morin, and Mastroianni. Mastroianni, thank you.
He's never caught. He's a center fielder usually. But their catcher was on spring break and their backup catcher was on spring break.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
They have a game today, right?
And Mercer Island
Oh, that's a tough game.
at 7.
You gonna go over that? Is that Island Crest? It's a nice field. They did a really good job. Hey, baby. What you doing down there? All by yourself.
Mastroianni. Okay, we're live. Made it. Hey, so, Thomas, did you look at that Charlie's balk? Was it in there pretty clearly? Yesterday in the first inning.
I didn't see it.
gotta say, I did not see it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't look.
Okay, Lakeside Lions baseball fans, here we are at Hiawatha Field. Your Lakeside Lions facing the West Seattle Wildcats.
Formerly the West Seattle Indians.
Formerly the West Seattle Indians. We're going to stay with the Wildcats today. And leading off, Charlie Wright, your third baseman. Here comes the first pitch of the game. A fastball tails in for a strike. 0-1. And that one's a little too far outside to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball high. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's outside. 3-1.
Be patient, Charlie.
Oh, you know.
Setting on dead red here. Mastroianni does not want to put that first runner on base. And there's it's going to drop in for a single. Wright has the first hit of the game. Rounds the bag as it gets past the center fielder, but not quite far enough, so Wright scampers back to the bag. Corbin Carroll, your center fielder, steps into the plate. Wright has a lead over at first. Pitch is way outside. Ball one. Throw over to get Wright. Throws a little wide. Drops down to the first baseman's mitt.
What's up?
Wright's safely back in. Zane home run Baker's on deck. Ball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. At this point, looks like the umpire is calling a pretty tight strike zone. We'll have to let this story develop a little bit, though. Toss over, Wright gets back in time. The pitcher is Dylan Mastroianni. And there was a
What's up?
low and outside strike. Wright's creeping away from the bag. Here comes a pitch. Ball drifts outside. Runs to that same 3-1 count that he had on Wright. Very dangerous hitter to do such a thing against. And Carroll, too, will be sitting on some dead red, and Wright's going to be ready to run down there at first base should Carroll get into something between a gap. Here's the pitch. Hits him on the elbow, and Carroll trots down to first with a hit by pitch. Wright moves on up to second. And we got something cooking here at Hiawatha.
This hit scatter. Scatter shot.
Baker having a little convo down there with Coach Kellen, while the pitcher and catcher had their own meeting. Baker and the runners watch Coach Kellen's final sign before Baker steps up to the dish. Mastroianni takes a signal from the catcher into the stretch. Runners get their lead. Here's a pitch to Baker. A sweet strike. Called. Baker's hoping he throws that one again. There are no fences here at Hiawatha, so if something gets over the head of any of the fielders or between them, it's going to roll for quite a ways, and probably an inside the park home run unless the umpires have a different rule for that.
It's a double.
Baker fouls one down the left field line. I just heard from a photographer that it's a ground rule double. We'll have to see how that plays out. No balls, 2 strikes to Baker.
Oh, 5. Drop, huh?
Baker fouls one off over the fence, the left field side. Still no balls, 2 strikes. Coach Kellen putting on his signals.
Oh, look who it is.
Mastroianni into his wind. Pick off back. The throw goes into center field, and Wright's going to head for third. The throw, they're throwing into second, and Baker make it safely into second. Runners at second and third now on that E1. Still no balls, 2 strikes to Baker.
Good stuff.
Mastroianni into his stretch. Runners in second and third, nobody down, 2 strikes to Baker. Ball inside turns him away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Go 5.
Good to see you.
2 for you, huh? Come on out.
Reset. We start all over again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Oh, hits Baker square in the back. It was a curveball, I think, though. Didn't have much on it. Sounded like it hit muscle, not bone. Second batter in a row that Mastroianni has hit. There's a conference at the mound between the second baseman, the catcher, and the pitcher. William DeForest up to the plate with the bases loaded, nobody out. DeForest has been hot as well in recent games, so things aren't getting any easier for the young man on the mound. He's into a stretch, and here comes a pitch. Strike in the upper part of the zone. DeForest, our number 4 hitter, will be behind the plate today. That ball drifts low to the outside corner, but still within the strike zone. No balls, 2 strikes. DeForest protecting now. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Too far outside. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ooh, tough to lay off of that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There is no rest for the weary as Jackson Andrew looms in the on-deck circle. The ground ball into the hole. Shortstop backhand. Throw across the diamond is going to be wide. Pulls the runner off the bag, the first baseman off the bag, and a run scores. Everybody moves up 1. Scott? It's going to be an error on the first baseman. Shortstop. Shortstop pulled the first baseman off and out of his glove. So
Go Squints, huh?
Jackson Andrews steps up to the plate. Ball bounces in over the head of the catcher, and everybody moves up. Corbin Carroll scores standing up. 2-0 Lions here. Lions looking to put up a big number here in this first inning. Ball 2, 2 balls, no strikes.
Hey, Squints, huh?
Ball drifts inside 3-0. Mastroianni's in danger of loading the bases here for the second time in the inning. And we got a balk here. No pitch. Run scores. And there's a strike. 3-1. There's a foul down the third baseline, picked up by Coach Kellen and tossed back to the pitcher. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, Jax.
3-0 Lions here in the top of the first. Ball in the hole. It's going to score. Evan Brown, who was running for William DeForest. 4-0 Lions. A 3-ball, 2-strike single in the hole for Jackson Andrews. He's down at first. He's down on first, I should say, not down at first. And the Lions have a runner at first, 2 down, 4 in. There's a bunt. There's a good-looking bunt by Andrew Chen. Pitcher throws the ball. Too quickly, overhand, too hard to the first baseman. He couldn't make the catch. The ball goes down right field. Andrews is given third base as Chen is giving second base. And the error is going to go to the pitcher. The E1.
Nobody out, Ron?
Nobody out. Nobody out. 4 in. That's correct. There's nobody out. 4 runned in. Coach is out to talk to his pitcher. On that play, after it happened, the first baseman reminded the pitcher all he had to do was underhand it. He airmailed that thing from about 20 feet. There was no way the first baseman could react. That ball sailing high. It did hit the first baseman's glove, but it was a lost cause. Jared Ficus up with runners at second and third. Still nobody down. Ball inside. There's a strike on the outside corner. Scotty, what a pitch count do you have on this young man here?
He's got 29 pitches.
All right. We are in sync, my friend. Ball outside, 2-1.
I don't think so. I haven't heard you say.
There's a foul ball off to the left side.
Oh, Jerry, good hack.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Ficus. Pops it high. Should be for the shortstop. He calls everybody off. And he takes it for the first out of the inning. Brings the designated hitter, Jake Corman, to the plate. Corman, forever the contact hitter. Takes a ball.
Bite one off, huh?
He's had a good 19 minutes to study this pitcher with this lengthy inning the Lions are putting up. Ball bounces in. 2 balls, no strikes.
Oh, Jake.
Here's the pitch. Bounces one down the third base line. That's going to be tough. Corman's pretty quick. He's going to be safe. Run scores, and Chen moves over to third. Infield single for Corman. Brings up Angus Dillon, the Lions' first baseman. Runners at the corners, one down. West Seattle hoping for a double playground ball to bring their boys into the dugout. And Dillon swings through the first pitch for a strike.
Good, Angus.
Ball bounces in. Catcher makes a good block on it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wright's in the on-deck circle. He started this inning off with a single to center. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Head on, huh?
Runners at first and third. 1 down. Strike 3 called. 2 down. Coming back to the top of the order. Wright will come to the plate for his second time.
Good Chuck.
Pickoff attempt over there.
Good Charlie.
Good looking fastball low outside. Wright took a hack at it. Fouled it over there on California Avenue.
Let's turn on one, Chuck. Come on out.
No ball, 1 strike, 2 out, 2 on. Runners at the corners. Top 1, 5-0 Lions. Ball outside. And Corman steals second on the pitch.
Boy, Jake.
Got a runner in scoring position for Wright with an even count, 1-1. Here's the pitch. Way outside.
Good Chuck.
2 balls, 1 strike. Ball high, 3-1.
Good Chuck.
Right.
Right. Be, huh?
This is a
Good count now.
This is the count Wright saw his last time up in the same order. Strike, ball, ball, ball. And have a correction on the score here. I believe I got 6-0. And there's another one. Wright drops another single over the third baseman's head. Sweet opposite field swing. And Corman comes around
Boy,
to score.
Jake. Way to run, huh?
7-0 Lions. How many?
2 scored.
2? 7. No, only 1 scored. Jake was the only person on base.
Jake.
Andrew came in earlier.
No, Andrew was on third then.
Just now?
It's 7-0.
Yeah,
Two RBIs.
he did. Okay.
Andrew didn't come in on last night.
Okay. What was that? Ball?
No, Sav.
Thank you.
Got
1 ball, 1
Good,
strike.
Sav, huh?
1 ball, 1 strike on Corbin Carroll. Charlie Wright down at second base. Wright takes off, ground ball, backhanded by the first baseman, takes 2 steps to the bag, and the inning is over. A 3 unassisted putout. And checking in with my counterpart here in the booth, Mr. Scott O'Toole. How's it going today, Scotty?
7 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors. Going to the bottom of inning number 1.
I concur. 7 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors. Coming into the home half of the first for the West Seattle team. And I had 47 pitches for this young man. How
47.
How close? Okay, we're right there together then. So he'll have a short afternoon today.
So that's what I'm reading. Where's this? Where does this go to?
Just YouTube search. Roman Right. And then the logo will pick up with the baseball on it. And I tried to get the team in Seattle. And I just found, and we kind of asked me not to leave it up too long, so teams can't dig in and so it looks nice. So I'll leave it up probably tonight. How things going? So you keep that schedule up. Oh, you every year since you had that courtesy. Have you gone how was it this year?
I told BJ to, if you wanted to come, but he's in class.
Where's he? Where's your school? UW.
He didn't go.
Junior now, yeah. Sophomore.
Took that year.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
It's like the old time.
But I try to do most of the games, so if you want to check out the game.
Oh, stinks. Your game now, huh?
Okay, we're ready to roll here in the bottom half of the first, and West Seattle finds themselves in a big hole down 7-0. They're leading off with Kai Osaka. Takes a ball high.
Good Chuck.
Eli Trope is pitching for your Lakeside Lions. Behind the plate is William DeForest. Trope's into his wind. Throws a good-looking strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Down at first base, we have Angus Dillon. Second, Andrew Chan. Charlie Wright's over on third. Here comes Trope's pitch. Fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zane Baker on at shortstop. Out in left field, we have Jackson Andrews. In center, Corbin Carroll. And over in right, Jared Ficus. And that's your Lions defense for today. Here's Trope's pitch. Ooh, Osaka almost went for it, but he held up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss.
What do you like?
1 up, 1 down. Next to the plate for West Seattle, number 12, Jackson Sullivan, the shortstop. I'm going to write that down.
What do you like?
And Sullivan takes a ball high. Here's Trope's pitch. Outside ball 2, 2-0.
That Rio team he was on last year.
Comes the pitch. Tried to take it the other way, hit it hard, but foul. Jackson picks it up, tosses it into right, throws it into the catcher. The umpire's already given Trope a new ball. Umpire checks it out, rubs it up, drops it into his apron. 2 balls, 1 strike. Trope's pitch. Strike 2 called.
That's select, so he was on a real 15 last year or whatever. So it's 55 and 4 or something like that. Yeah, yeah. That point.
Strike 3 called.
It's by that.
2 up, 2 down. Swing and a miss at Trope's first offering by
Look at that.
Anthony Coates, the designated hitter for the Wildcats. No balls, 1 strike. 2 down. A quick 2 strikeouts for Eli Trope. Fouls off to the right. Going to bounce out to the Wildcats first base coach, and he's going to rub it up and put it away. No balls, 2 strikes. Into the wine. Here comes a pitch. Popped up. That look, it could be a dropper. Oh, and Carroll calls everybody off. Chan slides down of the way. 3 up, 3 down. On that F8s to Corbin Carroll. Into 1, 7-0 Lions.
13 balls and 9 strikes.
New pitcher. Hey, Blue. Blue, that a straight across change? New pitcher just subbed in? Okay, thank you. 14. Nathan Villegas. Villegas, he said. Okay. The Wildcats have a new pitcher this inning. It's Nathan Villegas. Baker leading off your inning here in the top of the second. Oh, Villegas throws one behind Baker. He has to duck out of the way. Almost hit his bat. Ball 1. Ball 2 floats in. Baker thought of offering. He didn't, and the umpire called it a strike. Just wasn't to Baker's liking. Villegas steps off. Baker hits a soft ground ball. It's gonna through the hole. The shortstop makes a backhand, but he's too deep in the hole to grab it, to make the throw, I should say. And Baker's safe at first on an infield single. Lead-off hitter on again. DeForest coming to the plate. Reached base last time on an error by the shortstop. You know he wants to get a clean one this time. Baker way off the bag. Pickoff throw gets past him. Ball goes out of play. Baker will be granted second base. E1.
He's saying 2 bases.
Ooh, that's a 2-base error. Ball high to the first pitch that DeForest sees from Villegas.
Good job, Ken.
Ball 2 bounces in. And ball 3 is low. There's a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ground ball out to the shortstop. Run scores. Shortstop backhands it, picks it up. By the time he gets it over to the first baseman, DeForest is already there. And for the second time, DeForest reaches first with the assistance of the shortstop.
We're very close friends.
8-0 Lions.
Jackson.
The ground ball looking for the hole. Shortstop tries to backhand it. He can't get it. Loses his hat. Scampers into the outfield to pick up the ball. And Evan Brown running for DeForest is on at second and down there at second. And Jackson Andrews is on at first. That's going to be an infield single.
Oh, Chen. Jobs you want?
Ball bounces into the catcher. Andrew Chen's your batter. There's a shot up the middle. And the runners move up 1 base. The bases are going to be loaded with nobody down. Jared Fike is coming to the plate. He popped out to the shortstop during the Lions' first inning for the first down of that inning. He's looking for a different outcome this time with the bases juiced. Here's the pitch. Ground ball out to short. Taylor-made double play ground ball. The pitcher, the shortstop, unexpectedly goes to first for the play.
Put him in, Jared.
And the run scores. It's a 6-3 putout. Shortstop may have felt that Chen was too close to the bag, and maybe it was a good play. Andrews is over at third. DeForest is in on the putout. Jake Corman's at the plate.
2, huh?
Runners at second and third, 1 down. Corman swing, gets just a piece of it and bounces past the catcher. Here's a pitch. Up in his eyes. Ground ball out to the third baseman. Goes to first. First baseman scoops it. And he can't do anything with it. Andrews scores. Chen scoots over to third base. Another run for the Lions.
What, Jake?
On that 6-3 fielder's choice, RBI.
Boy, Angus.
Good job, Angus.
Angus golfs a single, an opposite field single down the first base line, just over the first baseman's head, and Andrew Chen trots in to score. And the Lions are back to the top of the order.
Are you cold? You want a jacket? Oh, Chuck.
And we're back to the top of the Lions lineup. Charlie Wright's at the plate. 2 singles so far. He liked that fastball. And it dropped a little bit, causing him to foul it off to the left. Fastball lost a little altitude because it wasn't that fast. Angus Dillon down at first base. No balls, 1 strike to right. Here's a pitch. Hits the ball into the hole between the second baseman and the first baseman for a single, and Dillon's going to hold up at first. Strong throw from the right fielder.
Look, Corbin.
Wright is 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Corbin Carroll at the plate. He hits a ball deep. That ball is gone, folks, over the sidewalk, and the umpire gives a signal. It is a 4-bagger, a 3-run home run for Corbin Carroll. First pitch, swinging. That was mammoth.
Boy, Corbin.
Who were the Scotty? Who were the runners on base? Charlie and who? Okay. And there was a ball to Baker, who led off the inning. And there's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2 on a ball that looked inside, but it is what it is. 2 balls, 1 strike. Oh, again? Baker get hit, looked like in the same spot. Going to be a bump on a bump tonight. I just got a great offer from my partner in the booth here, Scott O'Toole. If William DeForest gets on for the 3rd time by an error in the shortstop, I've got a dinner. Well, that's not going to happen. There's a shot out to left that's going to get over the left fielder's head, and it's going to be a ground rule double.
Boy, William, good shot, huh?
There is no demarcation, line of demarcation out there in left field as there is in a right field. There's that track. If the ball goes over the track, it's a clear home run. Out in left field, it's just turf and grass for days. So ground rule double for DeForest, and I miss out on a dinner, darn it. Baker scoots over to third. Ball inside to Andrews. Ball bounces in. 2 balls, no strikes. And the Lions have batted around for the second inning in a row. Three and 0. Andrews has a couple of singles himself here today. Ball 4, and he's on base all 3 times today.
Is it 12?
Already?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Andrew Chen to the plate. Reached first in the first inning on an error on the pitcher, a 2-base error, and then he singled up the middle. His second at bat, which was this inning, takes a first pitch for a strike. Lions have runners at first and second.
Go, bud.
Ball straight away center field. The center fielder drifts in, takes the ball into his glove for the final out of the inning, and the Lions pick up another 7. After 1.5, 14 zip. Lakeside Lions. I just want to make sure I don't have to, how much we can get done.
Yeah, he
I
pitched
think I did pretty well. Let's see, Baker started off with an E1, and then is that off the end, right? Oh no, single up the middle, yeah, and he got the second on E1. E6 on DeForest, single on Andrews, single Chen, 6-3 put out Ficus, 6-3 fielder's choice Carmen. And single to right for Angus. Then back to the top, Charlie single to right. And then the home run for Carroll. And then back to Baker, hit by pitch. And a 2-1 count. DeForest, a ground rule double. A walk to Andrews. And
Who you at?
F8.
Go quick, huh?
Look his name.
Go, William.
Eli Trope is ready to go for his second inning of work here in the home half of the second for the Wildcats. And coming to the plate is Yuli Hammer.
Look at that.
Takes the ball high.
Come on, bud.
Hammer is the backstop for the Wildcats. Has a mighty swing, fouls it back to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And it bounces into DeForest. Foul tip, and the umpire takes that one. Swing and a miss. Umpire got hit, I think, with that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I can't quite see everything. I'm right behind everybody. Inside pitch. That hammer hits a long way over the fence, but foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball outside, runs the count full. This is the first full count that Trope has worked himself into. And Hammer hits the ball high, high. Chen calls off Ficus and hauls it in for the first out. One up, one down. Next to the plate is the third baseman, Kit Louie. Here's Trope's pitch. Good looking fastball, fouled away. Coach Jack scoops it up, does a soft toss to the umpire, and we're ready to get underway again. Trope into his wind. Here's the pitch. Ball's outside, 1-1. Strike two called. You may have heard the umpire through the speaker here, through the microphone. Trope's pitch. High. Louis wanted to offer at it, but he held back wisely. It was too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's Trope's pitch. Bounces in. Second full count in a row for Trope. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Hitter looking to get on any way he can. Here's Trope's pitch. And he takes a wide one, ball 4. And the Wildcats have their first base runner of the game. They need a lot of them, and they're hoping to get them now. Next batter, the first baseman, Alex Pastrana. Big boy looks like he could hit the ball a long way. And he does. He gets into that. It's going to get past Andrews in left field. It's going to be a ground rule double. And Wildcats maybe got a little something going here in the home half of the second. We got runners at second and third, 1 down. And Jake Johnson, the left fielder, coming to the plate. Comes Trope's first pitch. Swing and a miss, and a strike down the middle. Swings under it a little bit. Comes Trope's pitch. Going to be strike 2 called. 0-2. Johnson finds himself in a hole. Catcher sets up on the outside part of the plate. Here comes Trope's pitch. Strike 3 called. Beautiful looking pitch.
And no surprises, no surprises. Come on out.
First pitch to Buchanan. It's called strike. Jaquan Buchanan, the center fielder. Ooh, nice stop by DeForest on a pitch that was wide and low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Buchanan. Trope's pitch drifts outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 2-2. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. And Trope wiggles off the hook. You got 36 pitches? See what I did here. Check it out. Want to check with me, see where things may went awry? Let's see, I had 7 pitches to the leadoff hitter.
Let's see, is that Zane?
Hammer for them.
I've got 6.
Yeah, because he fouled one.
Yeah, actually, maybe I think I do have 6. Or there's the that's
What's that?
Did you get those?
No, what were they?
Sorry about that.
2-hole, 5 for 12.
5 for 12,
And 7-hole,
8 for 20. The 7 hole, what was the first hole? 2 hole? Okay.
Well, it's 2 hole.
The 2 hole, shoot,
5 for
5
12.
for 12, 5, and we're in the 3rd inning. Okay. And the 7 hole, 8 for 2. What? 7 hole, 8 for 20?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, Blue, you mean 8 for 20 in the 7 hole? Oh, thank you. Anyway, so what was the final on that? Did you get that foul for that guy?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So 7 to Hammer.
Okay, and then we're up. Then we're at the same then. First pitch was behind Ficus. Say that again.
That's how we began the second.
Oh yeah, same way. That first pitch was behind Ficus. The second pitch he fouled away. No balls, or I'm sorry, 1 ball, 1 strike. And starting off the top of the 3rd here. Ooh, a very, very soft curveball. Floated across Ficus's left shoulder and into the catcher's glove for 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's that curveball again. Started middle and drifted off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
See picture. See it.
Is he going to come back to it for the 3rd time? Nope. Ball inside.
Jared, went
Full
up.
count to Ficus leading off the 3rd. Staying alive, fouls it back.
Good work, Jay.
Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Leadoff base runner for the Lions. That's how it started each of the now for each of the first 3 innings. Corman at the plate takes the ball wide. Corman hit into a 5-3 fielder's choice his last time up and had an infield single in the 1st inning. There's a good looking high strike from Villegas, who's still in there working.
Good job, Catch.
One ball, 1 strike. That next ball drifts in for 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes Viegas' pitch. That was looking good. Evens the count at 2-2.
Hey, hey, come on.
And Corman drops down, hits a hard ground ball that bounces off the catcher's glove off to his right, and Corman's going to be safe at first with a single. Infield single for Corman, his second of the game. Ficus moves up to second, brings Angus Dillon to the plate. First pitch swinging, hits a ball out to center field, and nobody's going to get it. It's going to drop in front of the center field. Everybody,
Angus.
and Corman had to wait to see if that was going to be caught, and he barely made it into second base with a good slide. The bases are loaded now. Nobody out. Charlie Wright coming to the plate. 3 for 3 with 3 singles.
Yeah, Charlie. Stay hot, kid, hot.
Switch hitter batting from the left-hand side today. Viegas into the pitch with the bases loaded, nobody down. Wright's seen him before, but he didn't like that pitch. And takes a strike. Viegas into the stretch. Here's a pitch. And a fair ball down into the corner. That's going to roll. That's going to go a long way. Will it be a ground rule double? Yes. Going to be a ground rule double. A line shot over the first base bag.
Chuck.
Lyons and Wright pick up a couple more RBIs.
Here you go, Corbin.
Angus Dillon ends up over at third base. Ficus and Corman both scored. Brings up Corbin Carroll, who homered his last at bat on the first at his first pitch.
That's sad.
That was the end of Mastroianni's day and brought in Viegas. Carroll's first time seeing Viegas, takes a ball low.
The home run was off this kid.
So what?
The home run was off this kid.
Was it?
Yeah, it was in the second.
Sky high ball to center field. The runner's tag. Center fielder was deep, made the catch. Runners are going to easily advance. One will score. Dillon scores, and Wright scoots over to third on the sac fly by Carroll.
Yeah, the first pitcher was done after the first. And Corbin's home run was in the second. That was Zane.
Baker is hit for
Third time.
same place.
Well, not in the head, but you know.
He got hit in the head this time. I was looking down to write something down, and I heard the clunk. Baker's been hit in the head. He's been hit 3 times in this game. What do they call that in hockey? Maybe that's the hat trick. And appropriately so on the third time. Hit him in the hat.
Oh, well. Hey, tag
So
coming out.
Baker hit by pitch. Wright still over at third. And Will Austin is having an at-bat here in William DeForest slot. And he lofts the ball high and on a play to the left for strike 1.
The 1 hour mark, top of the third.
Top of the third inning, and I'm just informed by our timekeeper that we're at the 1 hour mark at the same time that the curveball drops across the plate, victimizing Will Austin. No balls, 2 strikes. That ball was soft and slow, looked like it was going to be way over his head and floated right in there. And the next one, Austin scoots down and pokes into right for an RBI single. Wright comes home, strong throw goes into third base. Baker holds up on at second. RBI, Will Austin.
They played 2 of them out of the competition.
Jackson Andrews takes a call strike. And another. 0-2 to Andrews. We got 1 down, 4 in here in the Lions' third inning. Andrews offers it that one, fouls it back.
I don't think I'd want to play for MC on their pitch. I think I'd just want to play motion retro. I know, Jeff West, I know. That's right.
I bet Wes.
Curveball drifts outside. I got 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jackson Andrews here.
Oh, Jackson.
2 balls. That's going to run the count full. Oh. Ball drifts inside, almost hit him, but it's ball 4. And the Lions are going to have the bases loaded again. Andrew Chen, the 9th batter of the inning, coming to the plate. Takes a ball high. Hits the ground ball down to the third baseman, backs up, runs to the bag for the first out, and is going to hold it from there. Austin forced down at third, and Baker comes home to score. What are we going to call that? Err on the short, the second base shortstop. Yeah, E6.
That's not an
We're gonna have a what do you call it? A Donnybrook over here. Okay. There, the ball hit straight in the air. Pitcher's calling for it, and he's not going to be able to hold on to it. Banged his head on the ground there. They're going to check him out. Looks like he's okay. So Corman reaches on an error.
Cut.
Foul ball to Angus Dillon. Dillon skies it high. The shortstop says he's going to get this one, and he has it for the third out of the inning. Okay, Scotty, let's have a meeting.
All right. Okay, so I need some help after. Let's see. What did Corbin was out the first out? How did Zane Donald hit my pitch? He scored. Chan drove him in. DeForest, how did he get on?
Let's see.
He had no balls, 2 strikes, and what happened?
You said you had Corbin on first?
No, he was no.
Yeah, Corbin flew out to center, right?
Right, and then
Zane gets hit.
Zane got hit, and then William DeForest. Oh,
Will Austin.
you're right. It was
He's single.
He's single. That's right. Okay, and he eventually came around to score, right?
No, he did not. No, he was first.
That's right. He was forced to third. Okay, good. Man, this chaotic stuff. Okay, so he was fourth. That was the second. Okay. Andrew walked.
Is that
Chen.
south this year?
Oh,
It's always it's always
Good choice.
for yes.
Okay, and so he was on
At
first.
Cox
Okay,
Stadium, but
yeah,
not
one
at
no
South.
count.
Well,
Okay,
some of the
and then we went over to the okay, guys, where are we? Okay, Michael. Thomas. Okay, guys. Hit or error? Let's go.
Oh, on that
Which
one?
On the second base? Yeah.
That's a
I
hit.
would have said hit.
Yeah, all right.
3 hits, an error.
Let's go.
I was thinking error, but what? Because the runner was already there, you
Well,
think?
there's
No,
no way
because of the
anyone makes that
momentum
play.
took him.
There's no way.
Momentum took him out of the play.
There's no way any shortstop makes that play.
Usual effort.
He can hold the ball and it's a hit, but if he throws it, he commits himself. He threw the 10 feet over the runner.
Doesn't.
No, it's
Unless
too,
the runners advance an extra base from the throw.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's a very.
What do you
I
think,
count
Scott?
it as a hit.
Scott, do you yield or?
No, that's
This is fun stuff. Okay, here we go.
Well, you like. One out.
Trope's first pitch in the bottom of the third is a strike. Second pitch tails off for a ball. Swing and a miss on the third pitch to the number 9 hitter, Morin. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trope into the wind. Swing and a miss, and 1 down.
See Will Austin for DeForest.
Okay, thanks. And Austin has stayed in the game, replacing DeForest behind the plate. We got 1 down.
Oh, you like.
Ball drifts high to the leadoff hitter, Osaka, who struck out swinging his first time up. And he's hit by a pitch, and the Wildcats have a base runner. Brings number 5, Jordan Berridge Green, who came in the defensive half of last inning. His first time to the plate. Swing and a miss.
Well, you like.
And there's a strike.
Throw him out, Will, huh? Throw him out.
Thank you, Scott. No balls, 2 strike to Barrage Green. Strike 3 called. And there are 2 down with the runner at first.
Kill him the DH. Yep, thank you.
And number 14, the pitcher is batting. Hits a nubber that pitcher scoops up, throws to the first baseman, and the inning is over. A 1-3 put out. Swinging on the first pitch, the Wildcats pitcher, Nathan Villegas. Looks like the Wildcats have killed the DH and put Villegas in the 3-hole.
So, where are we at in order?
For us,
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3?
25 is pitching.
new pitcher, 25. Oh. And I want to do, okay. Where are we here? Top of the 4th.
What do you got?
Score?
Yeah.
20.
20.
Well, this just for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got, it looks like Luke's batting for Corbin.
Okay.
Oh, really?
It's 25-14 on the mound there.
Thank you, Blue.
Oh, Chuck.
Top of the 4th.
Piece, huh? Come on now.
Charlie Wright leading off. 2 singles and a double and a few RBIs. And there's a new pitcher for the Wildcats. Bounces the first ball into right for a 1-ball, no strike count. Pitcher number 25, Eli Markham. Right fouls it back.
Double play.
Right,
You can't assume the double play. You can't assume the first and second, not the double play.
Oh, okay, but I'm still thinking about that last call. Anyway, go ahead.
Got me out at second.
On a bounce, does that matter?
It does. And maybe didn't hit him.
Ball bounces in. 2 balls, 1 strike. There was some discussion about whether or not that hit right, but no one saw it. He's not complaining. He wants to swing. Two balls, 1 strike. For some reason, they're giving they're giving either the pitcher or the catcher a couple of warm-up tosses. The pitcher throws one to the catcher, and the catcher promptly throws it over the pitcher's head on the comeback.
Good catch.
2 balls, 1 strike. Wright steps back in to lead off the inning. Wine in the pitch. Ball high. 3-1. Setting on dead red. Would like to get on base. Here's a pitch. Ball 4 and right. Takes it low and trots down the first base.
Oh, Luke, fly room, huh?
Luke Porter batting in Corbin Carroll's spot. Number 22. Porter takes a strike.
Oh, Luke.
Right down at first base will probably not be going with this lead that the Lions have. So he gets a safe lead. Porter takes another strike.
Oh, Luke, last swing now.
0-2. Here's the pitch. Porter swings and misses a curveball. Out number 1.
Five.
Evan Brown batting in Zane Baker's spot. Skies 1. Out of play off to the right. 0-1. Swings through the next pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. We have nobody in the on-deck circle. Not sure who the next batter will be. Ball's lofted out to right field, and the outfielder hauls it in for the second out of the inning. And Will Austin to the plate. Takes a strike, and this his second at bat. Lofts the ball out to right field. Someone's going to have to run a long way to get that, and they're not going to get there. Right scoots over to third. A really fine throw from the right fielder. One hopper to the catcher. Keeps right in his place. And Austin has himself a single. Jackson Andrews at the plate. 2 singles and a walk. Takes a first pitch strike. Ball outside. Hits that ball hard and right to the left fielder. He hauls it in for the third out of the inning. Okay, Scott, a couple questions for you. Okay. Hey, Thomas, you remember what Will Austin, his first at bat, how he got on?
Yeah, single.
Single. Where was it?
Right field, I think.
Okay. When did number be used?
He wins a good team.
Zane was the first. Hey, Zane was the first guy that number 14 threw to.
And hit. No.
Yeah, it was him. I checked with the home book. It's 14.
No, he came in. He came at the beginning of the inning.
Yeah, and Baker started off the inning
Yeah, and then Corbin hit a home run.
at the end of.
That's the same inning.
That's the same inning.
Yeah. So
But
he hit it
all
off.
I needed was the first batter that guy threw to.
Mhm.
That was 14, and that was Baker. So I was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you just read it wrong.
Sorry, what?
Everyone re-enters. Thank you.
Number 7 re-enter?
Yeah, number 5. 2 and 3 old.
I'm lost.
Everyone re-enters.
Okay, number 7's up. I'll just.
That was our guys.
Okay.
Money, I.
Hammer up to the plate. No, later. I'll catch up in a minute. Hammer takes the ball from Trope and he fouls the second pitch up. It looks like, just down a play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sorry, Scott.
No defensive changes, sorry.
No defensive changes, Thomas?
Everyone just re-entered. Yeah.
Everyone re-entered. Yes, so no defensive changes.
Go Sticks. Best pitch.
Foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I know why. Yeah. I got it, Thomas.
It's all that batting around business.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Another foul ball. Hammer's up there hacking.
It's not an easy book to keep.
Here's the pitch.
Oh yeah, best pitch out.
There's that 60-foot fastball. Had everybody wincing behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hammer. Another foul back. This young man's up there to get his hack. Last time he took Trope to a full count. Got a good eye. And he'd run to a full count again. Fouls it back again.
Win it, huh?
8th pitch of the at-bat. Scotty, what'd you have this guy making on his last time? Where? Okay. Trope's pitch. Ball lofted out to left field. It's got some carry on it. Andrews is running for it. It's over his head. And Hammer's going to coast into second with a stand-up double. That ball got up in the draft there and went a long way.
Attaboy, Yuli!
Lead off double for the Wildcats. And there's going to be a pinch runner for the Wildcats catcher. Kit Louie up to the plate for the Wildcats. Takes the ball low. Carroll's way in center field there. Hoping to catch anything up the middle and cut the runner down at the plate. Ball lofted out to right field. Ficus calls everybody off, takes it in. The runner has to hold at second. 1 down.
This is the guy who smoked that rocket down. Or double that.
Pastrana roped a double his last at bat, fouls one away. Here comes Trope's 0-1 pitch. No, he turns and fakes a throw to second, gets the runner back. Ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Takes another one low. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Hammer on at second base. Ball's popped off the hands to the shortstop. Baker takes it in for the second out of the inning. 2 down. That ball that Hammer hit, that leadoff double, he hit that off the handle also, and that went a long way out there. Had he gotten it on the fat part of the bat, that would have went a lot further. Runner at second, 2 down. Jake Johnson takes ball 1. Fooled by that pitch, he takes an awkward swing to rack up the strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Takes that one. Called. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a foul right off of somebody's chest guard. Who took that, the umpire or the catcher? Sounded kind of deep. We're going with the umpire's chest guard there. Still 1-2. Ball bounces in. Evens the count at 2-2. There's a ball drifting out, and Chen brings it in for the 3rd out of the inning. Okay, Scott, what did you have? For Hammer, his first at bat, I gave him an F8.
His first at bat? Hammer?
Hammer. You said he flew out. To where?
Hey, what's Eli at right now?
Say that again?
He's at.
How many pitches? is Eli at?
67.
67.
Hammer I have is a put out 4, pop out to.
P4. Okay. Thank you.
I think you guys heard somebody else.
No. And I figured out what was going on that inning before. It's because we bat around, and the pitcher got replaced, and so I thought
Oh yeah.
Baker's hit was. Geez, books like this, games like this are like nasty. I wish I had more time after the game to sort of clean it up. Michael ready to pitch?
He had a bullpen yesterday. He said he threw. He told me he threw extremely well.
Yeah.
He wasn't throwing with great velocity. He said the velocity was okay, but it was a commanding control.
I hope so. Let him get in and get some work.
They said they won't throw him before Friday. They said that Jack told him. He said because he warmed up a lot and then he threw the bullpen yesterday. So
Go, Chad.
Andrew Chan leading off the top of the fifth. Takes the ball outside.
Hey, Chad.
Ball bounces in. 2-0. Got the same hurler on the mound. Number 25, Eli Markham. Takes another ball. Looking to be the leadoff base runner here with 3-0. He's hoping. Swinging on 3-0, hits a ground ball out to the shortstop, and the short throw is going to give.
What do you give him? I'd probably give him a single on that.
Pulled him off.
Third baseman.
What do you guys think on that one?
Single or error?
Single. I think he beat it probably a bit. Yeah, just said he beat it. Yeah, would have been a good throw. It's close throw.
He would have beat it.
I think he would have.
Okay, we're going to give him. We got no less than four. Count them, 4 scorekeepers here in the box, and we're going to give Chan a single on that. And Ficus fouls the first pitch he sees back for strike 1. Okay, infield single for Chan.
Hey, Jared.
It takes a village, folks. That throw from the fielder just ran out of gas, and the first baseman had to come and get it. Ficus golfs that one foul.
Go, Jared.
Is that effective right there?
It is for my aching old feet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Andrew Chan's down on first base with an infield single. And Ficus has a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Ground ball out to the shortstop. Over to second for 1, back to first. Wide.
Good hustle, Jared.
5-4 fielder's choice. One down. Brings Jake Corman to the plate. Corman's been on base 3 times, 2 singles, and reached on an error by the pitcher last inning. Or in the 3rd inning, I should say. Reaches out and hits a ground ball to the shortstop, tosses over to the second baseman for the first down, and the speedy Corman beats the throw down to first for another 6-4 fielder's choice. Two down, and brings Angus Dillon to the plate. Dillon's 2 for 4. Couple of singles, couple of runs scored. Strikeout looking, and a pop out to the shortstop. He golfs one that's going to drop over the second baseman's head. Corman going to scoot over to third, and the ball scoots past the outfielders, and Corman will score. Going to be a single and an error, and it's going to bring right to the plate.
Chuck.
Wright's sixth trip to the plate. He takes the ball outside.
Nice swing, huh?
He's 4 for 4 in a walk. Looking to stay perfect on the afternoon. Hits a ground ball out to the third baseman, who promptly throws him out and brings it into the bid for a perfect 5 for 5 day. But 4 for 5, I think he'll take it. 5-3, 3 down. Coming to the bottom of the fifth. We're going to have some defensive changes for the Lions.
Jackson at third. Corbin in left. Got Charlie Short.
Just killing the DH.
Killing DH?
You guys are killing your DH.
Okay. And who's going in?
Jake's the DH.
Okay, Jake's. Okay. Okay. Coming in to pitch for your Lions, shortstop, Zane Baker. People are going to be moving around. We got Charlie Wright going over to shortstop. Jack Andrews into third. The outfield remains the same.
No, Jake's in left.
Corbin's in left.
Oh, Corbin's in left.
Jackson's on third.
Corbin's in center.
Excuse me,
Corman.
Jake's in left.
Corman is in left field.
Jackson moved from left to third.
You got 21 nothing.
What's that?
You got 21 nothing.
Yes, if we scored a run, yes, 21 zip. 21 to nothing is our score here, folks, going into the bottom of the fifth, unless the Wildcats have a big, and I mean big inning. This will be the end of the game.
Let's toss, Will.
That's it. Nice pitches.
First batter, number 1, Buchanan. Swings, hits one over in his own dugout. Sends everybody scrambling.
That's it. Go ahead now.
1 strike. Ball bounces in, 1-1. Ball high.
They have one. That's okay.
2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss to even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The second guy is
Bounces inside. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter Buchanan in the bottom of the fifth. Swing and a miss.
Boys, it.
1 down.
All shortstop. That's it.
Number 9 hitter, number 9 Morin. Reaches down, hits a soft ground ball out to Chen at second, tosses it over to Angus Dillon at first for the second out.
That's it. Best pitch, huh?
And back to the top of the order for the second baseman, number 10 Osaka. who was struck out and was hit by a pitch back in the third inning.
Nice pitch.
Boy.
Strike one. Pop straight up back over our heads here. Thuds onto the grass. No balls, 2 strikes. Ball high.
Pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's a ball that's going to drop between the second baseman and the right fielder. Osaka has himself a single, a 2-out single, which brings number 5, Barrage Green, back to the plate. He replaced Sullivan in the third inning and was caught looking at strike 3 for the second out of that inning.
Boys, 8.
Swings and misses it. The first pitch, 0-1. Ball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Three and 1.
One's 8.
Ball bounced in. 2 down, a runner at first. Swing and a miss. Full count. Baker's pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher. Makes a throw down to the bag. And the game is over. Final score here, 21-0 Lakeside Lions. We'll see you Friday from Ingram High School.